Hi, this video is to show you how to work with simple linear regression for long-term forecasting. This example is from our class notes where we talk about forecasting. So this is the sequence of slides. We have causal relationship forecasting, where we have one variable affecting other variable. Okay, and we use simple linear regression, remember from our class of business statistics, where when we learn how to use simple linear regression to predict one variable based on other variable. In this case here, this is the example from the book. We are going to use the Consumer Confidence Index, CCI, of one given month to predict sales 3 months later. This is the lag we have. The lag we have is once consumers have confidence in a given month, they only go shopping 3 months later. So this is the lag in time we have. In other problems, you're going to have a different lag. So depending on the problem, the lag will be different. But how can you use simple linear regression to be able to forecast and predict how much sales will be in January, February, and March based on the Consumer Confidence Index of October, November, and December? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate this data into Excel. This is what I have here, it's the same data. And we want to predict January, February, and March of year 3 using the Consumer Confidence Index of October, November, and December. Why this Consumer Confidence Index of October, November, and December? Because of the 3 months lag. So for January, I need the information from October. For February, I need the information from November, and so on. Okay, so this is what we are going to do, and we're going to include a new column here called forecast. But now what I have to do is, to be able to use simple linear regression, I have to align the sales with the Consumer Confidence Index. This is what we have in this slide, which is the steps. First step is align the series to adjust for the number of lags in the analysis. This is what this slide is showing. I'm adjusting, so I'm moving this column to align with this column here. So in Excel, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this data and create a new Excel worksheet and paste here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, like we have here, I'm going to move this Consumer Confidence Index. I'm going to move 3 months or 3 cells down in order to align with the sales. This is the alignment. So now I align the Consumer Confidence Index of October here with the sales of January. Now I can come up with coefficients that relate these two variables. That's what simple linear regression does. So I can delete this, I can delete this 3, I don't need this one now. Now it's aligned like we have in the slides, like we have in the class notes. We can use the data analysis. And then in the data analysis, we select regression. Okay. What's our dependent variable? What's our y variable? Our y variable, our dependent variable is sales, because sales depend on how Consumer Confidence Index is. So my x variable, in this case, is the independent variable, is the Consumer Confidence Index. I click labels because I select the labels in the first row, and I'm going to ask the Excel to output the results in let's select. To be able to do that, you have to come here and click in this field, and then you come here and select any cell that you want. I want the results in the same worksheet I'm working right now, and then I click OK, and then I have the results. So to be able to predict, the piece of information we need is the coefficients. I'm going to highlight them here. Okay, we're going to use these coefficients in our forecast for months of January, February, and March. So let's go back to the other worksheet and let's come up with the forecast. So let's say I want to forecast January. I'm going to start with January and then I'm going to move on until March. Let's see if this is what we did in class. This is what we did in class. This is the solution we did in class. And this, we're gonna do the same thing here. Let's start with January. Let's start with this month because I can forecast, because I have data from October 3 months earlier. So this forecast is going to be equal, then I go to worksheet 3, and I select the intercept, and then I type plus the coefficient for the consumer confidence index multiplied, so I'm multiplying the coefficient for the consumer confidence index with the consumer confidence index for October. Okay, and that's my forecast. And if I want to do for February, what I do is I go back to the worksheet, select the intercept plus the consumer confidence index multiplied by the consumer confidence index of November, because now I'm predicting February, and 3 months earlier, November is the consumer confidence index that has an effect on February. So I can keep doing. I'm gonna do one more time, and then I'm gonna lock the cells and copy for all other cells. So one more time, I'm trying to predict March, so I go to my intercept plus the coefficient for the consumer confidence index. I multiplied by the consumer confidence index of December now. Okay, and that's it. Now if I want, instead of doing that for each one of the cells, what I can do is I can come here and lock the cell M23. The cell M23 is the intercept that I don't want to change. So if I press F4 in my keyboard, I lock by placing two dollar signs in the cell. The same thing for the coefficient. I don't want the coefficient to change. It's always the same coefficient. So I select, I highlight, press F4, and it's locked. Now I can simply copy and drag the formula to all months. I can reduce the number of decimal places to make it better to visualize. I can paint this one as color this one as red. Okay, and let's see if this is the answer we have. So this is like the slides we have in class, and these are the results. So the forecast for January, February, and March are 1,062, 1,062, 1,082, 1,082, 1,099, 1,099. Okay. We can also compute the error. The error is how much we commit as an error trying to predict the sales. Because we have previous data about how much the sales was, the error is how much the sales was in a given month minus how much we forecast. So this is how much error I have in trying to predict. I'm going to compute the errors only for the months that I have forecast and sales. I cannot have errors for January, February, and March because I don't have the sales for these months. Okay, so this is how you use simple linear regression to predict demand, forecast demand when you have lags. Okay.